Okay, so introducing Oliabo's Premio Pay compensation plan. What I'm going to do here is go through some of these slides, and then I want to get into questions. For those that have, hopefully you've had a chance to watch the little 8-minute intro video. We'll go through some of the same content from that and some new content here, and then we'll go and open up for questions. So Premio Pay, it makes it easy for anyone to get started with Oliabo. We have no enrollment fees and no purchase requirements for level 1 commissions. So that makes it easy for anyone to get started. Even those who are new to network marketing or those who just want to test the waters, they can jump right in, start referring others, earn commissions, rank up to generate bigger checks month over month and year over year. That's why we call it the power of simplicity. Premio Pay is built upon the following core principles. First, we keep it simple because everybody needs to understand how the compensation plan works and be able to maximize the opportunity. So if it isn't simple, that's challenging to do, but we keep it simple. Second, we don't use any word games. There's a lot of compensation plans out there that I'm sure many of you have experienced and are familiar with where they use fun word games like we pay out up to or as much as. And those kind of word games are used to confuse the fact that their actual payouts are much lower. Third, transparency. We think it's very important that the things that we're doing with Premio Pay and at Oliabo are transparent and that we're accountable so that everyone can understand exactly how commissions are earned and paid out and distributed. Fourth, reliable stability. We understand that the income you might build with Oliabo could become an important part of feeding and taking care of you and your family. And we take that responsibility seriously. So we've worked very hard to create a compensation plan that can be stable and secure in the months and years to come so that it can be reliable and stable for you to be able to build a business on. So we understand that it needs to be easy to get started, easy to share, and easy to scale. And so we've created Premio Pay to make all that possible. Here are some of the unique features of Premio Pay. First, we provide weekly, monthly, and quarterly commission opportunities. That makes it easy to generate income quickly, to generate income stably, and to have bigger check opportunities quarterly. Next, we have 50% of every CV unit that we pay out. And we make sure of that by using something called dynamic compression, which is a key component of Premio Pay. Dynamic compression makes sure that each level within the compensation plan gets paid out. In a compensation plan that doesn't have dynamic compression, and most don't, and even those that say they do it wrong, if a brand rep in an upline structure isn't qualified for a certain payout level that they would otherwise potentially get, then breakage occurs and that payout level goes back to the company. However, with dynamic compression, the system searches upline for the next qualified rep to make sure that every single level of payout gets paid, eliminating breakage.
This is key. Can I throw?
Yeah.
Since the last time we talked about this, dynamic compression is something that is very special, and I've noticed that the last couple of years where the industry has had I would say backpedaled, it is devolved. Is that the word? It's gone backwards. I've noticed that the people are started to use dynamic compression and saying that it was something that it's not. They Frankenstein the meaning of it. Dynamic compression at the heart of it means that every PV unit is paid out at the 50% level.
Yep.
And if it's not that, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is bad. It's got to the point where people are calling things that aren't dynamic compression. This just means no breakage, guys. So yeah, when Curtis said people are using it incorrectly, they are absolutely using it incorrectly. And sadly, I think it's been done purposefully. So anyway. Yeah, not that there's too many things to worry about in life, but that is another one. Like people take word meanings.
True. Again, it's word games, right?
Yep.
So we've got easy price points to make it simpler for you to track your commissions and also to make it easy for our products to stay affordable so that as many people as possible can benefit from them. Next, we have minimal CV splits. CV split, that's the difference between the product price and the commissionable volume being paid out. Unfortunately, what we've seen across the direct selling space, network marketing space, is that huge CV splits have become the norm. And that's just not okay. Next, we've got global bonus pools. So global bonus pools basically means a percentage of all orders is contributed and then distributed among qualified brand reps through these global bonus pools. They're a big deal and a lot of fun. We'll get into those later. Our minimal structure requirements make it easier than ever for you to qualify and rank up to earn more opportunity and to expand your business with Oliabo. Here's some general terminology. We're not going to go into this, but there's the intro video that I talked about earlier goes into this, and you can check that out. You can email us at support@oliabo.com if you'd like us to send you a link to the introductory compensation plan video, and you can review these there. The simplicity of me plus 3. The Premio Pay plan, we keep it simple. Everybody, we've all got at least 3 people in our energy orbit that would either be interested in building a business through the Oliabo opportunity or who would love to benefit from the incredible products that Oliabo is bringing to market. And it only takes 3 people to establish a solid foundation and begin to build your Oliabo business. Let's talk about sprints. So sprints are Premio Pay's initial commission opportunity. Commissions on all initial or first orders are paid weekly through this sprint structure. So when an enrollment of yours places their first order, their initial order, you earn the sprint level 1 payout. There's no purchase requirements or rank qualifications for you to earn this level 1 payout of 25%. Sprint level 2, this is the double down. This is a way that upline qualified sponsors can earn 10% on the second level sprint bonus of an initial purchase from someone that was enrolled by a team member that this upline sponsor personally sponsored. Dynamic compression works here as well. So if an upline sponsor doesn't meet the sprint level 2 qualification, then the payout dynamically compresses up to find the next upline sponsor that is qualified. And the qualification there for that sprint level 2, it's 200 QV in personal order volume for that month. So the column on the right here, it shows an example of how an initial Prima order would kind of flow up through this example. So a Prima order has 100 CV on it, commissionable volume. So the sprint level 1, if that was somebody that you personally enrolled, then you would get that $25 payout on the weekly payout from that initial order. The sprint level 2 would get $10, 10% or $10. The remaining 15% would be split into the incentive pool 5%, the global bonus pool 5%, the elite bonus pool 5%, for a total payout of $50 in this example, which is 50% of the CV. So that's how sprints work. Again, all initial orders, all first orders are paid out weekly through this sprint structure. The baseline, this is our monthly commission opportunity. So after all initial orders are paid through the sprint, all reorders are paid through the baseline structure. This is your path to monthly residual income. So here's where team building and building consistent customer reorders really starts to pay off. The top of the chart here, you can see the Premio Pay ranks. Ranks are how you advance to unlock deeper payout levels. Every rank advancement unlocks greater earning potential from your organization's activity up to 8 levels deep. Now, each rank has certain monthly qualifications that need to be met in order to achieve that rank and unlock the associated payout levels. People always want to know, they're like, well, how do I go from rep rank, which is that first rank there on the left, to a Premio? How do I do it? Well, you do it by not focusing on how to go from rep to Premio. You do it by focusing on how to go from rep to Brava rep, then how to go from Brava rep to Kappa, then how to go from Kappa to Quinto and beyond. Because each step in the process helps you develop the skills, the network, the connections, and the understanding to be able to advance to the next. The other important thing to do in this whole process is to make sure that you're building good relationships with other leaders. We've got a ton of leaders that are already involved at Oliabo, and they've been doing it successfully for decades, performing and succeeding in the network marketing space. and they are happy to share their experience to help you succeed. So it's important to build relationships and learn from other people. That's how you go from a rep rank to a Premio. It's just step by step, building those relationships, learning from other leaders who've been doing this successfully for decades. So you can see how at a rep, you've got that level 1 that's unlocked. When you move up to a Bravo rep, it opens up level 2. When you move up to a Kappa, it opens up level 3. Oops, let's see here. So the levels represent placement position of the people within your organization. So for example, level 1, these are people that are positioned or connected directly to you. Level 2 are people directly connected to your level 1s. Level 3 are people directly connected to your level 2s, and so on. So let's look at an example. So you can see here, these are the different qualifiers. There's only 4 qualifications. There's only 4 qualifications that it takes to move from one rank to the next. So there on the rep rank, on the far left, the rep rank, the only one of the 4 qualifications that matters to be a rep is just having an active account. Just as we've talked about before, there's no enrollment fee and there's no purchase requirements for level 1 commissions, both in the sprint and in the baseline. So a rep rank has no qualifications other than an active account to be able to receive those level 1 commissions. A Bravo rep, the only qualifier is personal QV of 100 per month. So that's like 1 Prima. A Kappa is that same 100 QV in personal order per month, but then it introduces some initial basic organizational structure. And we'll get into that in an example here. So there's basically 3 elements of the organizational structure. One is active personal enrollments. Those are people that you personally enrolled or sponsored into Oliabo. And that can be customers or other business builders, brand reps, affiliate influencers, wellness professionals. Placed teams is the next organizational qualifier there. That's 3 teams, each with 100 GQV in the Kappa example. Now teams, it can be placed either by you, or it can be somebody placed from an upline sponsor that placed somebody on your front line, and then that person builds a team. It doesn't have to be your own personal enrollments that build teams that count as your qualifying teams. The 4th thing that is the organizational requirement is GQV, total group qualifying volume. For Kappa, that's 1,000. So let's look at an example here of Kappa. So we've got Tina. Tina's the brand rep in this example. So Tina, she's working on qualifying as a Kappa because she wants to unlock that 3rd level of commission. And so she's working on Kappa. So the first requirement, that number 1 check mark right there next to Tina, does she have personal QV equal to 100? Yep, she's got that because Tina is on a Prima subscription, so she's good there. Second requirement, Tina needs to have 3 personal enrollments that she's sponsored that can be customers or business builders, each with 100 QV. Yep, she's got that. She's got Susie, Lewis, and John, all with 100 QV. So check. Second one, check. Third, 3 teams, each with a GQV of 100. She's placed Susie and Lewis frontline to herself. She's placed John with Susie, but one of Tina's upline has placed Joanna, that blue rep there, has placed Joanna frontline to Tina, and Joanna counts as one of Tina's teams. So she's got that 3rd requirement, 3 teams, each with GQV of 100. The 4th requirement, her total organizational volume, including her own personal volume, needs to be 1,000 plus. She qualifies for that. She's met all 4 rank requirements for Kappa, and so she qualifies for Kappa. That's basically the exact same thing that needs to happen on any of these other qualifications, but it's just different amounts, right? Different amounts to move up to Quinto. It's the same qualifications, personal QV, active personal enrollments, placed teams, and their volume, and your overall organization volume. Same thing with Venti. It's just different amounts at different ranks. But it's those same 4 things. That's all you need to focus on, is those same 4 things, so that you can rank up from one rank to the next, unlocking deeper and deeper levels of payout. Okay, so now let's break down the commission percentage across all 8 baseline levels. Now that we understand how to advance through the ranks, what the ranks are, how to advance up through the ranks, let's look at the commission percentages on each of the levels and show how Premio Pay rewards both team building and customer-focused sales. So the baseline provides 2 parallel commission streams, depending on whether a reorder comes from a business builder, like another brand rep or an affiliate influencer or a wellness professional, or if a reorder comes from a customer. Remember, baseline is all about reorders. So let's look at how this works. So a builder, that refers to somebody who's building an income with Oliabo. So that includes brand reps, affiliate influencers, or wellness professionals. So if you've enrolled somebody that is a builder, they're another brand rep, affiliate influencer, they're building an income with Oliabo, their reorders generate commissions through this structure. They get on level 1, 5%. On level 2, 5% payout. On level 3, a 10% payout. And then the other levels, 5, 5, 5, 5, right? So this is how those payouts will work. And you get qualified for each level based upon your rank, right? So reorders from builders, they reward leadership and team building with bigger commission percentages deeper in the pay levels. So you have these bigger percentages as you go deeper, they remain these large percentages, whereas now we're going to see the customer example. When you sell to a customer, this is somebody that's just consuming product for personal use. They're not building a business. They're not collecting a check. They just love the product and they're consuming product. So the level 1 payout for your personally enrolled customers or those customers that are placed frontline to you is 25%. 25%, that's a huge payout. Now, the reason we want to do that is because we want to reward customer-focused sales because that drives additional volume. It boosts overall QV throughout the organization. It increases contribution to the global bonus pool, and it helps everybody in the Premio Pay plan. Then you can see that the levels 2 through 8 payouts are 2.5%. The level 3 is 5%, and then 2.5%. So this rewards customer-focused sales. The builder reorders reward team building and leadership. Because ultimately, no matter who reorders, you can still see that it all totals up to 50% payout of commissionable volume, 45% paid out through the 8 levels, 5% contributed to the global bonus pool. So this is a unified way that allows customer reorders to be rewarded and team building and leadership to be rewarded with deeper commissions or larger commission percentages and deeper payout levels. Premio Pay combines network marketing, influencer marketing, wellness professional compensation in one powerful system that's never been done in this unified way before that makes it easy for team builders, influencers, casual product sharers to all succeed together in a plan that benefits everyone. So let's walk through a baseline reorder payout example to see how it all comes together. So here on the left, you can see the levels, and then you can see the different ranks, and then you can see what the breakdown is of the actual payout amounts, whether it's a reorder that came from a builder or a reorder that came from a customer. So let's assume, we're going to assume that in all of these examples that everybody is qualified at the level that they need to be qualified at to get the payout. So dynamic compression is not needed. So this is going to be, let's say let's use the builder example at first. So the green column shows how a reorder of Prima would pay out if made by a builder. So the initial upline rank or above, so they would get that first level 1, 5% or $5 payout. Level 2 would go to a Bravo rep or above, 5% or $5. Level 3, a Cap or above qualifies for that, 10% or $10, and so on. Quinto, Venti, and Premio, each getting 5%, $5 on those other levels. So baseline, you can see on the builder pays out $45 or 45%. Same example, one reorder of Prima from a customer, somebody who's only consuming product, not building. So a customer reorder of Prima worth 100 CV, we're going to pay out 50% of that. The first level, if you're that first level that sold to that customer, that reorder, 25% or $25. And then the rest goes up 2.5%, $2.50. That level 3, 5% or $5, and so on up through the other levels. Again, paying out a total of $45 or 45% through the 8 levels, with 5% or $5 left over to contribute to the global bonus pool. Some people have already started to identify how, wow, if I have an affiliate influencer that's mostly just going to focus on direct customer sales, I'm going to put them on my level 2, because then all of their customer sales, I'm going to get paid out at 5%. The affiliate will get 25% for being the level 1, but they'll get paid 5% by having that affiliate, all their customers, on the level 3. So there's a whole bunch of ways to make this work really effectively on both sides, and to make it really easy for affiliate influencers, brand reps, wellness professionals to all be able to play in the same place at the same time, contributing and supporting and succeeding together. Okay, let's take a look at horizontal compression. So horizontal compression automatically helps you qualify for higher ranks by intelligently grouping your smaller teams and level 1 customers into a single combined team to help you achieve your highest rank qualification possible. It's not actually moving any positions, it's just for the calculation of your rank qualification, it calculates using this horizontal compression method. So here's how it works. So first, the system will review your total group qualifying volume, and it will determine your highest potential rank based upon that. So this example here is using a Premio, for example. So the brand rep in this example, their total group qualifying volume is over 50K. And so the system first identifies, oh, okay, they could potentially qualify at a Premio. Let's see if they have the other qualifiers, or if I can help it have the other qualifiers to qualify them at a Premio. So the second thing it looks at is your team and customers by GQV are ranked. So it says, okay, your team 1 is your highest volume team, and that team in this example has a GQV of team volume at 25,000. Your second highest team in this example is 6,500. It then says, okay, those are their 2 top qualifying teams. Let me take all the other teams and frontline customers and combine them into this combined team, because to qualify at a Premio, you have to have 3 teams, 2 of those at 20,000 or above, 1 at 5,000 or above in GQV. So let me take those other teams and the customers and see if a combined team will be enough volume to make that qualifying level possible at Premio. So without horizontal compression in this example, this brand rep would only qualify at a Venti rank, which isn't only, I mean, Venti's great, but without horizontal compression, this brand rep would technically qualify as a Venti, right? But with horizontal compression, the grouping of the smaller teams and the customers into one combined team creates a team of 20,000 GQV, which qualifies as the 3rd qualifying team needed for this rep to reach Premio. Their team 1 is at that 25,000 level. This calculated combined team now is at 20,000 GQV, and that team 2 that they already originally had is that 6,500, which meets the 5,000 level qualifying requirement. So horizontal compression automatically takes this rep from a Venti to a Premio.
And it just happens.
It just happens. This will happen every program. Yeah, it will be. It's programmed so that this automatically happens every month when the calculation occurs. So it's a really simple way for you to not have to worry about, oh, am I building too wide, or do I need to focus more on deep? Like, just build. The reality is that Me+3 keeps things simple, and that's great. And you can build a big organization with just 3 teams and depth, and that's great. And do that if that's what works for you. But those who will have the biggest opportunity to win the most are those who can build wide and deep. And horizontal compression makes sure that all of your teams and all of your customers are accounted for in generating higher rank and increasing your rank position. So let's jump into the global bonus pool. This is our quarterly commission opportunity. It's a big deal and an important goal that everyone should strive for within building an Oliabo business. Each calendar quarter, 5% of Oliabo's global commissionable volume is added into a pool that's then divided pro rata among qualified leaders being Premio rank and above. So you want to always be working towards Premio rank or above to be able to participate in the global bonus pool. Not all companies have a global bonus pool, but those that do, those other plans and companies that do have a global bonus pool typically contribute 1 to 3% to that global bonus pool. So Premio pays huge 5% global bonus pool is a game changer.
They're going to be big checks.
Big checks. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty incredible. So let's talk about reward trips. A few minutes ago, when we touched on sprints, we talked about how 5% of all initial orders through the sprint gets contributed to an incentive pool. Those incentive rewards will include a variety of things, including reward trips to various places throughout the world. Each reward trip will have specific qualification requirements that will be announced along with the trip. Now, we've touched on the idea that our first reward trip will be to Italy. We're working on the qualifications for that now, and those will be announced in the near future. Reward trips are an exciting part of the Oliabo experience. Incredible memories and lasting friendships are built and developed on these trips. They offer important chances to also connect with top leaders and from corporate executives. It's a powerful opportunity and motivation to grow your business and to help your team leaders do the same. So be sure to learn about the reward trips, qualify for them, and inspire your team to follow your lead.
And I'm going to add, I mentioned at the beginning, but kind of take a bit of a tip from Donna there and stick it on your screensaver or stick it on your wherever, your mirror in the morning or whatever, just kind of reminding yourself that that's what you're shooting for.
Yeah, put yourself in the picture. Like if you're looking at that every day, it'll drive you nuts if you're not able to accomplish.
Yeah, it's true. And what happens is it just naturally, things start to fall into place as we remind ourselves of what we're dreaming of and wanting to shoot for in our goals.
It's true. Well, let's start to wrap it up. Thank you for bearing with us. I think we probably overestimated the time we would need to go over product in more depth and comp, so we might split those up next time. But thank you. We're going to wrap this up now and then jump into some questions. But the Oliabo experience, it's important to understand. It's a powerful story, truly unique products. We're building an empowered community on a proven system and model with a compelling compensation plan that's going to be amazing. And we've got the experienced team to bring it all together and make this happen. And the timing is incredible. So, are you ready for the Renaissance?
Andiamo.
Andiamo.
So, and I'm going to step out here because I have a call, believe it or not, cousin. Stay awake just for a little bit longer, Katia, because you're the call.